Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a bit.
Yeah, damage. He means
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
you did it. Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, forgetting was merely a matter of convenience. Very clever. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
And what has led you to this conclusion? That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass. The victim wasn't run over by a drunk driver. So while I can... Look, it's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator...
Don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids? The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor. The one with the large head seems very... Their would-be leader is less amused.
But you still are! What happened? That's a real downer!
The young speed freak he senses something is wrong.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have...
One speaker. They have one speaker.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
What do you mean, friend? It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing. I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients. No shit. That's... Come on, that's... I meant to say, not true. What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop it. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
What do you mean by lenient?
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wicked... Because we are! We totally are! We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up. No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
This is it. Judgment time.
Yeah!
I knew it. It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for anodic music with the Speed Lab. Now there needs to be a club for anodic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but, I swear to God.
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
As always, we'll be right here. Wait.
The large-headed...
Good morning! Yeah! Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up! Dark chord heart!
Basically, yes it is.
Lungs are for love! Yeah!
Huh? I see you're here again. Off-sign, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help? The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by, gotta compare. See if we can align. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot down. The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into. You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but there is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day. The lock turns easily. You hear a click.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards in the heart of the The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is... Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be... And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the... It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow. You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even. Your voice is barely audible. It's unnerving. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head.
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the church was built with such...
His detached tone conceals how. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises. The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up. Next, the orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. The silence, the darkness. Relax. It'll be okay. Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see...
Officer, what are you looking at?
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight. Maybe it's possible to talk to. Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with...
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesk.
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take...
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence, and you don't even know it. I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next box.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger home. This is the church of the mother of silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking of. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self.
Up there, Holmes. I am. At least in part, Holmes.
What does he mean, in part?
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First-timers are always nervous.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the...
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. I circled it. Nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, oh, that's no simple question, Essay. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can. I will be incinerated, but not destroyed.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance, commonly seen at all manner of festivities. It's
hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worry. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, way. It didn't belong to me. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think, nah, man. They look pretty funny.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there. Might even be nice to have some...
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker? Oh.
Viaita is grandma?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Oh,
wait, what if it's...
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think...
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she...
Or search through her radio computer.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has...
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly... This is Her inner cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards, as if under a microscope. The woman looks down at you standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. She acknowledges the passing of someone. You. No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on as that great and desperate thought passes through your mind. The lieutenant, your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small pine wood. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 sisters. Only one remains. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of a pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many. Well, your station was involved, I hear.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is it
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matter. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatic.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand things.
Herself. The title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever. The highest category of historic individual. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened? No, we are alone. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Mu, many things, you know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? The past. It's a silo of sadness. No, you must know. Exactly. Back out of this corner of your mind by choosing the bottommost option. Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic. Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. Good. Now back out of this. But she was not hell. There you stand, below her once more, with your broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans looking for something to break. The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses. Small figures of wise men, common men. Worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen. Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort. And then, along the left side, Après le after life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif.
Death, life again. After this exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. Justice, union, prudence, and force. So do I.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A machine stands in the corner.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on. We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
A quaint little box of radio waves. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. The lieutenant says nothing. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like another filament memory. Press play. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's.
Good morning, votre accident en Saint-Brune.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please
Let's look around. Maybe he knows something.
received. I will register.
That sounds bad. A lot.
Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? I have 2 machines registered to this.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de...
Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye, Votre.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. Nothing happened.
Oh, hey, Wei. There's coffee in the back.
Coffee in the back. Something familiar about that. Coffee and stale cookies.
Too many times, essay.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Don't sweat it, Vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña. Look, man, I'm at liberty to talk about the sacred blaze of the mother's glorious heart. I think we're done here, essay.
That was, however, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our...
The machine's keyboard is the speaker.
Good morning, Votre. Good. Please repeat. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please. Votre accident. Is there anything else? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like the first entry made on the 4th of February. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been... The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while. Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the...
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I'd something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the heart.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even...
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately...
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basin. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now, fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, that disco man must be a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martin...
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping ping. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
What is it? No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. Yes. Or no. Not anymore.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? That still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church.
No. Yes. No, you're right. I'm not. What? No, no one's suspicious.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIM prefix processing unit. RAIM prefix is my radio computer. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable, but it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
I'm working. Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to...
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do.
They are connected to my RAIM prefect. Whatever you do, just...
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Great. You really like those questions, don't you? No, I'm not. It's just me and the... I'm just doing some research. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait. She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have?
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro, but honestly, it's not progressing very well. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to...
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure?
Maybe. But it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the swallow, the exact point. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Great. Thanks. What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it. But to a sober mind, it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub, they... Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up and...
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Mean. Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here. I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
I know. I should have been able to control them. May I ask? What did you tell them? Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
Her touch, and heavy as a brick, from the batteries inside. The company logo, Atominikon, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains. It's real. Tell her.
What is? Okay, I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to. What is it? Oh, really? So, the thing that's been eating you is rich people not having enough money? No, it sounds like you just got chick issues. Okay. Why'd you think that? Well, man, that's pretty symbolic, don't you think? Okay, what else? There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she? Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her? Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you? How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing? Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much...
It's obvious she's done more than...
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank. You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich. You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten, though. Just my opinion. If it itches...
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them. Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who...
To the cops.
Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but... My associates? Sorry. I just...
To the cops.
Don't know what makes you...
How are things going? And? What happened? Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think? Really? Huh, interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Look at you. On.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure if that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy.
The lines in the dark exist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for...
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't...
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it, a glossy look in her.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the
Hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on site?
Oh God, not this again. It is not...
Basement? Sounds like it's...
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was... We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it. In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's imp...
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere, like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't...
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means. Of course not. Anyway, I don't have my keys anymore and she won't let me in. Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my ring.
The lieutenant coughs like he's...
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets. Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
Yes? Thanks.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top. Howls under the strain of your giant Kvalsund multi-tool. Until the inside, on a frosty platform, lies an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty. You gently lift the cube from its frosty bed.
We should take it back to Miss Lucan and killed as soon as possible.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio...
Yes, what is it? Yes? Thanks. Looks like it's the one. Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
Wait, no. That's dangerous. She shouldn't do it.
No, it's not dangerous, just depressing. I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the anomaly's location from this broken copy. Watch. What an intricate display of...
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out. Sona doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout.
Here, I found it. Hold on. Shh. Just give me a second. I'm all
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly. I found the coordinates.
She's beaming. You can feel it in your heart.
Thank you. There, in the swallow. Think you can help me again? I need you to go move those water bolts for me.
What an interesting proposition. Truly a task for the intellectuals, solving the puzzle.
Figure it out? No. I don't need you to figure. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bolt 2 centimeters to the left and the fourth bolt 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
What? She only wants you to follow instructions. Nothing intellectually stimulating.
Thanks.
It's awfully silent again, as if measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. It moves like a ghost. This task is an insult to your mental skills. Some water spills out of the bowl. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumb. Time to run back, or maybe walk. This is a sick.
Yes, what is it? Great. Everything should be aligned now.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
Yeah, nothing. Now the only if we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Honestly, I'm a little scared. I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could, I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't? What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is... I don't know. I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to...
Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning.
Maybe I'm just tired.
Let's think about this logically. Why would nothing be terrifying if it's, well, nothing?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
The lieutenant, and then nothing happens. As Sona Lokanen-Kilda presses up, she doesn't answer. Her eyes closed and breath.
Damn it! Yeah, nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
No, my hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard some, but this is just another failure. Silence sound. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything.
Silence is silence? You're sure this can't be it? You should have a listen. trapped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes. It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a what if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
A better sound system? Alright, but where?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood. You mean the speed freaks? Of course, the speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me? I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful...
brilliant negotiating there, detective, as always.
Sure. Let me know how it goes.